whole thing. If you're doing what God has commanded you to do, then you wouldn't be writing it down because God didn't command you to write it down.
So that doesn't mean you don't have the ability to write it down.
Okay, I'm not saying if you have the whoa. Okay, you know what the War of Yamama was?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, because you're discussing something. At the War of Yamama, what happened was there were 10,000 of a lot of the people who were Hafiz of the Quran died.
Okay.
And then when they were reciting the Quran over there were different people there were a conflict of recitation.
This is after the Prophet died. You mean?
After the Prophet died, this is in the time of third Caliph Uthman.
Oh, okay. No. Look.
The time
The
of
book was written
Uthman.
down and compiled way before. Like we know that.
Okay,
it was being written down and compiled, and the entire.
Who
thing was
compiled it? Who compiled it?
Zaid.
When?
During the life of the Prophet, it was written down.
So
on
you have a
scraps of
book
bark.
from Zaid.
Sorry.
You have a book from
No,
Zaid.
it doesn't necessarily follow. Remember, you have multiple different parts of the book. But the entire point is that
He
the
compiled
book-
it.
No, the entire point is that the book that you're talking about, right, came from the recitation of the Quran and the memorization of the Quran and the
I thought it
correct-
was written on stones and bones and leaves.
later on. Yes.
My friend, I am quite
Okay,
sure
so-
about this. That during the time of Muhammad, those
What are you sure about?
that the Quran, when Muhammad was alive, was written down on like stones and bones and leaves and parchments and everything.
As well as being recited.
Okay, fine. Let's keep both. Okay.
Yeah, of course you have to keep both.
All right,
That's
fine.
reality.
All right,
That's,
fine.
That's historical fact.
All right, fine. Let's give you that. However, okay,
Don't
fine.
you
All right, I'm
believe
agreeing with you, bro. Please, I'm trying to agree and move forward. Okay. All right. So it was memorized, and it was written down on
By multiple people
by multiple people. Fine.
across both
Across-
sides of the divide. Basically, you
What
had
both sides of divide of what?
Okay, so you had at the start Muslims and their enemies, right?
Yeah.
And the Muslims were the ones that were memorizing the Quran.
Yeah.
And then later on, you had a lot of people, for example, Khalid ibn al-Walid, who converted to Islam after the
Okay.
Treaty of Hudaybiyah, right? And so during and after the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, you had a huge burst of Islamic growth, and so it was memorized basically throughout the entire Arab
Do you know
continent.
anything about the Quran that you have right now? When was this compiled?
Yeah, it was compiled during that time.
Do you know the Uthmanic Quran? Do you know anything about the Uthmanic Quran?
Are you saying there's a different Quran out there?
Because, oh my God, okay, I'm going to ask you something. Do you know what happened at the Battle of Yamama during the time? Okay, because that is the main thing, that they were in Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
Okay, they were conquering Christians in Azerbaijan. Okay, at that time there was infighting amongst themselves about the recitation. They came running to Uthman and saying, "Look, before we argue and you become like the
You're saying that
Christians."
Uthman was in Azerbaijan.
Yes, conquering at that time. That is your story. It's called the Battle of Yamama. I'm giving you the name of the battle.
I think you got your story like mixed up a bit.
Okay, what is the Battle of Yamama?
So, do you know,
what the Battle
do
of
you know where
Yamama is?
Azerbaijan is?
Yeah, I know where Azerbaijan
Okay,
is.
where's Azerbaijan?
Why? Why are you
It's
asking?
in the Far East, right?
East?
It's way away from Arabia.
Where is it? Where is it? Okay, now we got a
It's
problem.
next to, for example, Armenia. You know, and a
Yeah,
whole bunch of
Armenia,
other
right.
places, right?
So Armenia, this was all Sassanid Empire. You know what Sassanid Empire was?
It became the Persian Empire.
Persian. So this was part of that.
Yes, my point is that this is not where Mecca is,
So I'm not talking about Mecca.
or Medina,
I'm not talking about that.
or Cairo,
I'm not talking about
or
that.
Damascus,
I'm not talking about that.
where literally hundreds, if not thousands, of copies of the Quran were written down.
Wow.
So you didn't know that.
I know all that. No,
So
no.
if you know that, what does it matter if 10,000 people are killed thousands of miles away? It doesn't make any difference.
Bro, you don't know the story, man. I don't know. It sounds like I'm.
No, it seems like you think that's relevant. Why would it be relevant?
Because it's the basis of your Quran right now.
So you think the basis of the Quran is the fact that 10,000 people...
It's
were
called the
killed miles
Uthmanic
away?
Quran, bro. There's like people know about this. If you don't know about it, I'm not gonna waste my time with you, bro. Because you don't know a
sorry
very,
that you
very
think-
important
I'm sorry you
event
think
in
it's a
your
waste of your
history.
time.
No, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just trying to. I'm not trying to insult you. But the
I'm
problem
gonna
is,
leave you be.
okay, fine, that's fine. Because you don't know anything, I cannot do that. Anyways, this guy doesn't know anything about Uthman. What happened? Why? The guy didn't know anything about Uthman. You know, he doesn't know. You know what the Battle of Yamama is. He says that the Quran was compiled at the time of Muhammad. He doesn't know it was compiled at the time of Uthman. He doesn't know anything, so it was just a waste of time. But anyways, the Quran was compiled, and there was no point that I was making was there were no diacritical marks on the Quran in the time of Uthman, which was about 20-25 years after Muhammad. When the Battle of Yamama happened, there was no diacritical marking. And if there was no diacritical marking, then where is that Quran? Because they say we have the Uthmani Quran. Well, the Uthmani Quran doesn't have diacritical marking. Where do you have that Quran? They don't have it. So they say we have the original Quran, that nothing has been changed. Well, there have been thousands of diacritical marking put on the Quran after the Quran was compiled. It has been changed. It's ridiculous, to say that, it doesn't make any sense. Islam doesn't make any sense. It's from the devil. I'm out.